Hey everybody, thank you so much for clicking on my video to watch. So for today's video, I'm just doing a simple makeup tutorial. I'm going to be showing you guys my makeup that I wear every single day. Sometimes I will switch up the face products minus the foundation. I wear this foundation literally every single day. It's the best foundation I have ever tried. But the rest of these face products are the ones I use the absolute most. They're just my go-tos. I know that they can wear all day long and they're still going to look good. So before we get on to the video, please don't forget to subscribe. Click that little bell beside the subscribe button. That way you guys get notified every time I upload a new video. Also be sure to like this video if you enjoy makeup tutorials, and if you'd like to know how I get my everyday makeup routine, then please just keep watching. So I normally always start out with my face, especially for every day. So I've been taking my favorite primer right now. It's from Annabelle. It's their Illuminating Hydrating Primer. This just gives my skin a really pretty sheen finish and makes my skin have a little bit of life, so I love this. Also, before I do my makeup, I got this Pixie Rose Tonic recently, and I've been using it every single time before I do my makeup because it just kind of cleans out my skin. So I did do that before I filmed this video. I like to let my primer sink into my skin, so I move on to my eyebrows next. These are the top two eyebrow pencils I always use. I just ran out of my CoverGirl one, so I'm going to be using my Kiss NY Pro one. This is in the shade Deep Dark Brown. I believe that's the shade, but I like the one just before it. I can't remember what it's called. I think maybe medium brown, but I don't have that one, so I'm using this one up before I go ahead and grab a new eyebrow pencil. So my eyebrows are looking a little bit bold these days, but I want to use this up and not waste it. So I don't do much for my eyebrows since mine are already pretty prominent. I have a lot of eyebrow hair and they're very dark. So basically I just fill in the sparse areas and make the tail just the tiniest bit longer with my eyebrow pencil. And then when I get to the arch, I just do a little bit kind of a half circle and go down just to extend the eyebrow. I try not to make it too sharp. I was doing that for a bit, but I kind of figured out a way to not do that. So next I take my concealer and then an angled brush and I just go underneath the tail, and that's it. I used to go on top of the tail too, and then it looked like a really sharp triangle. I'm trying not to do that anymore. And then just to blend the product together, I take a spoolie. This one is from the CoverGirl eyebrow pencil. I really like this specific spoolie, and I just brush my hairs upwards and blend in the product. Next I move on and finish up my face. So I take my favorite foundation ever. This is the Catrice Liquid HD foundation. I mix the shades Light Beige and Rose Beige, and I basically just put a lot of this on because it makes my skin look so smooth and porcelain, and I blend it out with my Sigma Flat Kabuki, which just helps make the product look as full coverage as possible. It hides all my redness and everything. I just love this foundation. It's perfect for me. It's also matte, but it doesn't dry out my skin whatsoever. So for concealer, I mix a couple every day. This one is the NARS Soft Matte Concealer, and I just have this little sample size, but I use it every day because I love it. It completely covers up any discoloration. It's really nice and full coverage, so I just take a little bit of it on my finger and place it on the inner corners of my eyes where the most discoloration is, and then I move on and take my Maybelline Age Rewind. It wasn't wanting to focus, so sorry about that clip, but this is in the shade Ivory, and I really just like to highlight underneath my eyes and the center of my face, so I take this one because it's the lightest concealer that I have, and it's also full coverage, so I love that, and it really just brightens up my face. And then I just take my Sigma brush again, just so everything can stay nice and full coverage, and I just blend out all of my concealer. I move on to my powder next because now I'm done with my cream products. The powder I've been obsessed with is this one from Pretty Vulgar. It's the Powder Room Mad About It, and it comes with this adorable little puff, so I use it because it's so cute and it works really well. So I just go ahead and set it underneath my eyes, my eyelids, my smile lines, and my forehead, and then I come back to this powder later on when I clean up and kind of bake my chin and underneath my contour. So next I'm going to move on to my bronzer. This is the Hoola Bronzer by Benefit. I use this one so much because it's matte, so it just goes with everything. Such an OG amazing bronzer. I do switch up my bronzers a lot, but this is the one I use the most, and I just put it everywhere. I put it in my cheeks, my forehead, down my neck, and then as well as my nose. I like to do my contour after my bronzer. I feel like I can be a little bit more precise that way. And I just go into my very beat up Anastasia contour kit. It is still my favorite contour kit, and I take my NARS Ita brush that really likes to shed. but it's an amazing brush, so I continue to use it. And I like to take the shade Java and put it into the hollows of my cheeks, under my lip, and then also onto my temples. And recently I have been putting it right underneath the tip of my nose. I don't know if that does anything, but in my head it does. My everyday blush has actually been a pink one, which is really new for me, but I take the shade Goals for my Morphe 8W blush palette, and I basically just pack a lot of this on. It's a really pretty baby pink, and I have been into a lot of blush recently too, so regardless of what blush I'm using, I'm usually just packing it on. And then next I take my powder I was using before, and I just put it onto my Real Techniques diamond sponge and just press it right underneath my contour line just to clean up all of my face products that drug down onto my face. And I also like to put this powder onto my chin. For my everyday highlighter, I like to use the Balm's Mary Luminizer. As you can see, I hit pan on this, which is very depressing, but it is the perfect just everyday shade. It goes with absolutely anything. So I like to put this on the tops of my cheekbones, my temples, the tip of my nose, and also onto my Cupid's bow, just to even out the highlights everywhere on my face. I don't leave my powder baking for very long, so I just like to do my highlighter, and then right after I do my highlighter, I go ahead and wipe it off with my e.l.f. blush brush. And then I take a dual fiber brush and just blend all of my face products together just so they're not sitting on top of each other, and making sure they're just not looking harsh. And then I go ahead and spray my face before I do my eyes. So I've been using the Pixi Makeup Fixing Mist, and this stuff is amazing. I hate the smell, but oh my gosh, the spray is amazing. So I basically just put tons of it on. And then for my eyes, I've been using my Tarte's Rainforest of the Sea Volume 3 palette, and I just take the only matte shade in that palette and put it into my crease with a big fluffy crease brush. This is a really light matte, so it hardly shows up, which I love for every single day. And then I also swipe it underneath on my lower lash line. For the lid shade, I just take the lightest gold in the palette. It's super pretty. And I just pick up that shade with my ring finger and sweep it all across my eyelid. And I also kind of drag it up into my crease a little, just so it looks like it fades upwards. Then to make my eyes really pop, I take a white eyeliner. This one is from NYX, and it's the Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Milk. And I just place that onto my lower waterline to make me look more awake than I usually look. Last step for the eyes, I take the CoverGirl Exhibitionist Mascara. It makes your eyelashes look so full, so long, and I have just been loving it. So this has been my go-to mascara. I love the wand on it. It is like the Too Faced Better Than Sex wand, also the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. So it works amazing. And then for an everyday basis, I am a lip gloss girl. So I take the Laura Mercier lip gloss in the shade Baby Doll. This has been my everyday lip gloss shade, but again, it does change up from time to time. And then that is it for the face. Okay guys, well that is it for the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I thought I would do an updated everyday makeup routine because I'll get asked to do it sometimes, and also this is my new and improved every single day makeup routine. I should do this look and use these products all the time, so I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Please don't forget to subscribe before you leave, like this video if you did enjoy it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!